Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's me again. We're going to go ahead and get the show started. Apparently, we just got word David Copperfield won't be able to make it. Apparently, he made his plane disappear. So he's known for doing that. Well, welcome to the Signs and Wonders show here at Coram Deo Church. It's good to have you all here. Your entertainer this evening is originally from California, lived in Texas. He bought his very first magic trick at Six Flags over Texas. He has traveled all over the world. You know him now as the pastor here at Coram Deo Church. Ladies and gentlemen, would you please welcome to the stage your entertainer this evening, Magician Rob Signs.
Well, thank you, everybody. Thank you for coming. It's good to see all of you here. Hopefully, we're going to have a great time tonight, and we're going to see some signs and wonders. You already see the signs. That is my last name. Thank you for laughing. And hopefully there will be some things that you'll wonder. Maybe you might not wonder how he did it, but you certainly will wonder why he did it. But people always ask me, how did you get started doing magic? Well, it started when I was very little. I was 10 years old, and my very first show was in a small little Sunday school classroom in the very back of the church. And I had made myself my little magic box. And I had the cards. This is how I remember them. They were a little bigger then, or maybe I was smaller. I'm not really sure. But I was doing this trick, and everybody was sitting on these metal folding chairs, eating those little triangle sandwiches, drinking that weird punch that has like all sorts of stuff in it that you're like, I'm not really sure what this is. But that's how I remember it. Drinking the punch, eating the sandwiches, sitting on the metal folding chairs. I had my magic box, and I had the cards, and I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards. And I took one card and I threw it away. And yet, somehow, I still had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards. And everybody was so stunned. They pumped their fist in the air and they said, "Whoa! Whoa!" Just like you're doing right now. I know. Except, actually, now that I think about it, it was a little different. I was 7 years old, and I was in a very small classroom in the very back of the Sunday school classroom in this thing, and they put them in, and I took 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards, and I threw away 1, 2 cards, and yet somehow, miraculously, miracle, I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards, and everybody pumped their fist in the air and said, "Wow!" Exactly. Although that may not be exactly how it was. As I think about it, I was 5 years old, and I had my little magic box, and everybody was sitting on little triangle sandwiches, and they were drinking metal folding chairs, and they were eating this weird punch. And I took these cards, and I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards, and I threw away 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and somehow I still had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards. And everybody pumped their fists in the air and said, and the crazy thing is there weren't any cards in the first place, so I don't even know what was going on, but that's how I remember that whole thing. Now I need somebody to help me, someone that is willing to make a decision, a hard decision. Sometimes it's difficult. You don't always know what's going to happen when you make a decision, but somebody that is willing to reach out and risk making a decision. Come on up here and let's see what we can do. Yo, welcome Jan to the stage. Jan! Everybody say hi, Jan! Jan, you do realize that decisions have consequences.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so Jan, in just a minute, is going to make a decision. Jan, are you willing to accept the consequences of the decision you make?
It's not a pie in the face.
There are no pies.
Okay.
That's all I will say is there are no pies. Okay, so Jan is going to make a decision. Jan, I'm going to give you the decision. You have one of 6 decisions. You get to choose. You can choose number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, or number 6. I've got 6 options here, 6 decisions that you can make. But remember, whatever decision you make, you have to face the consequences of the decision. So, which will it be? Jan, will it be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6?
What do you think, husband? They want to get in.
3, 4, 2, 3. Just tell me the number. Just tell me the number. 6. Numbers, are you sure?
Yep.
6.
Good answer.
You want 6.
Yep.
You don't want 5.
Nope.
4 or 3.
Nope.
You want 6.
Sure.
Okay, well, Jan, you have to face the consequences of the choice that you have made. And the consequences I've written on the back here is a hug and coffee.
I can do the hug. I don't drink coffee, but...
Well, you can pass the coffee on to
Yeah,
somebody.
I'll pass the coffee.
Everybody give Jan a great big hand for choosing so well and taking and facing the consequences of her actions. And here's, no, you can't go without your coffee.
Oh, cool.
So yes, thank you very much. But we're going to play a game now. Everybody always wants to know, well, this is just a little game, and this is using the powers of your perception. Because when we do what we say magic show, there's nothing, what really is going on is I'm tapping into your perceptions. So I'm going to ask a question. If you know the answer, raise your hand. If you've heard this before, I love how people already know the answer. If you played the game before, just like wait, hold back, and maybe answer later, okay? I live out on a farm and we have animals out there, but here's the question. If I have 26 sheep and one of them dies, how many are left? Anybody know that hasn't done this before? Yeah? 25 is incorrect. Okay, listen very carefully, okay? If I have 26 sheep and one of them dies, how many are left alive? 25 is still incorrect. This is an illusion, what we call an illusion of the ears. If I have 20 sick sheep, and one of them dies, how many are left alive? Exactly. But here's the thing. We're going to now take this to an optical illusion. Okay, everybody hold up your hands like this. Wiggle your fingers. You want to get the blood flowing. Okay? You're going to make an L and a backwards L because these couldn't possibly be anything else. Okay, so you're going to point them together. You're going to bring them to your fingers are touching together. Place them on the bridge of your nose. Now, you want to almost block me from your vision, but not quite. Look at me just over the top of your fingers. Bring your fingers about 6 inches in front of your face. Keep looking at me. And when you keep looking at me and pull your fingers just a little bit apart, you'll see a little tiny floating finger right there in front of your face. It's just an illusion. It's not really there. So again, what we're doing is we're fooling the mind and we're tricking your senses, okay? Now, what we're going to do is we're going to take this up to the next level and we're going to fool your mind in a different way. I brought my big cards for the people in the cheap seats in the back. I want you to pick one of these cards. Look at it, pick at it, remember it. Look at the card, pick the card. And what you need to do is repeat the name of the card you have chosen in your head over and over. Like if it was a Jack of Spades, you would say to yourself, Jack of Spades, Jack of Spades, Jack of Spades, Jack of Spades. Just keep repeating. And what happens is, as you repeat the name of your card over and over in your head, you are becoming hypnotized. This is called rapid induction hypnosis, where you are rapidly induced into a hypnotic trance. And what happens is, in this hypnotic trance, is you have become convinced that your card has gone blank, not only on the front, but also on the back. Completely blank because of the hypnotic trance. But this hypnotic trance is broken just as easily as it is said. Listen, did you hear the snap? Because the card is back right where it was in the beginning, right where it is. And that, my friends, is rapid induction hypnosis. Give yourselves a big hand for that. You are the ones who did that. But we can't continue on without playing one of my favorite games. And what this is a game that you can't win. And yes, that is a little bit of a challenge because, well, I've played the game before. You've heard of the 3-shell game that they play on the streets where there's a pea underneath one of the shells? Well, that's a little hard to play with everybody here because you would all, but this is like that game, only different. Who thinks that they can best me in a game that you can't win? Anyone? Sawyer. Do you want to come play the game that you can't win? Okay, Sawyer, come on up. This is Sawyer. Y'all give Sawyer a big hand. Sawyer, come stand right over here. Sawyer, I'm going to give you the opportunity to win $1. But you have to beat me. You are going to try to win, and I am going to try that you're not going to win. This is you against me, Sawyer, and this is what is in thing. We're going to put that right down in there. If you are able to find the buck, it is yours. But we're going to introduce a little this. Right now, you know that the dollar is in this little purse. Yes? I just put it in there. You see? Okay. Okay. So again, this is a game you can't win. I'm going to introduce that purse. This purse or that purse. It's in either this purse or that purse. Right now, you think you know where it is. You think it's in this purse. But maybe somehow I'm sneaky and I put it in that purse. Your little brain right now is thinking, I know where it is. It's in this purse. But is it in this purse or is it in that purse? Or is it in that purse or is this? But wait, it's not that simple. There's also the other purse. So it's either in this one, that one, or the other one. That's the question. You got to keep up with this, that, or the other. It's just like the three shell. They mix them around on the table and you never know where it is. This, that, or the other. So there's this, and let me tell you what, a lot of people pick this one because they think this is where it's at. All the girls pick that one. And you're not a girl. But a lot of people, the smart people, pick the other one. So your question now, and you get to choose. It's my brain against your brain. And remember, this is a game you can't win. So do you think are you going to pick this one? That one, which is all the girls. Because maybe it is actually now in that one, and I'm just trying to throw you off by saying all the girls pick it, and he's not a girl, so he's not going to pick that clearly. But maybe it's in here, you never know. But it could be in this one, because it started out in this one, but is this one still this one, or is this one now that one, or maybe the other one? Maybe I'm trying to get you to pick the other one, because that's where all the smart people, and you know you're smart. But am I smarter than you, or are you smarter than me? Because remember, this is a game you can't win. So is it this one, that one, or the other one? But if I switch them in order like this, now this one is that one, and this one, and which one, and what one, and why one is who, I don't know. But which one do you want? This one, that one, or the other one? Remember, this one is where it started out. That one, all the girls picked that one. The other one, the smart people are all thinking, oh, it's in the other one. Which one? That one? Are you sure that one? Because that's what the one all the girls picked. You want that one? Okay, well, reach in and pull out what you... Oh! Well, okay. But let me tell you. Remember how I told you that this was a game you can't win? Because when we look inside here, and this one, this one's a $10 bill. And you know what's in the other one? You don't know what's in the other one? Let me tell you. Oh, wait, that's the other one. This is the other one here. Yeah, and the other one? Oh, that's the 20. So I guess it is a game you can't win. But that $1's yours to keep. Y'all give Sawyer a big hand. You know, everybody always wants to know, how does that work? Like what just happened? So again, what I want to do is I want to do something a little different, and we're going to kind of show you how magic works. But I need a couple of people to help me out. Right here on the front row, do you want to come? No? So, okay. Stephen, why don't you come up and help us out up here? Yeah, you didn't know. Yeah, hey, come on up, Jax. So we're going to have you guys come help out, and this is sort of just come stand right over here. Yeah, you can stand right about there. Stephen, you can come stand right here. So everybody say, hi, Jax. Hi. Everybody say, hi, Stephen. Hi, Stephen. And I'm going to have you guys check something out, okay? I want you to check out this rope, and I want you to check out this cup. Make sure there's no sliding hinges, no trap doors, no small chihuahuas, no little assistance in there. It is what it seems to be. It doesn't come apart or anything like that. It's a rope and a cup. It's a rope. It's a cup. Your powers of observation are stunning. Now, here's what we're going to do. We're going to try something a little. Now, we all know that we connect over coffee. Stephen, have you met Jax?
Yes.
Jax, have you met Stephen?
Yes.
Good, you're connecting. Okay, I want you to hold on, and you hold on. Now, here's the thing. This is where the magic comes in. Where the goal is to try to get this cup to magically to penetrate onto that rope. Now, as long as you don't let go of that rope and you don't let go of that rope, then that really can't happen, right? Unless it can. And we were to do something like... I know, but that's cheating. You came to a magic show, not a puzzle show. So let's try. Go ahead and let go. Here. And we'll try this a little bit of a different way. You hold on to this. You hold on to this. Now, in order for us to do this the magic way, it's going to require some special protective gear. It protects you because it protects you from, the magic, and it protects the secret. So we're going to need this hat right here for just a second. And we're going to have you just stand right here. And I've got some special high-tech, state-of-the-art, custom-made protective gear. Okay. Stephen, we've got you some high-tech, state-of-the-art, custom-made protective gear. And what that does is that protects you guys from anything crazy that might happen. And then it protects the magic secret from anyone else. You're hold on to that. So we're going to open these up for just a second, because that way you can kind of get you can check out what's going on here briefly. You're still in there. You haven't gone anywhere. Okay, we're going to kind of see the situation here, right? Okay, you hold on to the rope. Don't let go. You hold on to the rope. Don't let go. Perfect. Now, as long as you don't let go of that rope, Jax, what happens is this cup cannot possibly penetrate onto the rope. Or can it? On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, let's pop these. Did you feel that? Did you feel that right there? Did you see how that just... It's right there. Yeah, go ahead and let go. I mean, you see that? That's really on there, right? You can see that it's on there? You can see that? Okay, yeah, that's crazy. You might say it went over his head, if you were saying, maybe. I don't know if you would say that. But you're going to hold on to this. You're going to hold on to this. And we're going to close you up for just another second. And let's see here. Jack, I want you to hold on to the cup, but hold it by the handle. And you're going to hold on to the rope, like so. Okay, now what we're going to do, Jax, is in just a second, you're going to drop the cup, and you hold on to it now. Hold on to it. Yeah, you're going to drop the cup, and you're going to drop it down onto the rope. You're going to do the magic this time, right? You're going to do the magic this time, all right? So, we got it? Okay. So, on the count of 3, I want you to drop that cup. Hold it just like so. On the count of 3, 1, 2, 3. And did you see that? Did you feel that right there? I mean, wow. That's so crazy. How did you do that? You don't know? Okay, well, that's okay. We're going to try this one more time, and we're going to do it a little bit of a different way here. Actually, go ahead and take off your thing. Yeah, take them off. We'll take this here. And you can set those down. Just set those down anywhere, yeah. And what we're going to do, I want you, though, to go ahead and hand him the rope. And we're going to try something. We're going to try this even a little bit differently, okay, from what we had tried before. This time, instead of coming off the rope or going on the rope, we're going to come off the rope. Okay, so you can see. Can you see that going right through there? Okay, I want you to hold that. And because you don't have your protective gear, we're gonna cover this up just like that, and we're gonna let this hang down here just like that. And So now, you don't let go. Don't let go. And what we're going to do is we're just going to pick this up. And this time, it happens a little bit differently than it happened before. So y'all give Jack and Stephen a big hand for helping out and doing such a great job and being the eyes of the audience. People often ask me about a lot of things, and there's a lot of answers to a lot of things. But one of the things I never grew out of my affinity for play and for toys, right? Toys. I mean, this is all kind of toys to me, right? But when I was little, I always had toys. In fact, I used to get in trouble with my Sunday school teacher because I always brought a toy of some sort with me. And this is one of my favorite toys. So I just want to share with you one of my favorite toys from when I was growing up. So this is the floating ball. There we go. More fun with music. One of my favorite toys growing up. I don't know why, but it was always fun. But then things advance. That was sort of that's not an advanced trick. But then if we actually go back in time, anybody remember Thomas Edison? Just keep Thomas Edison in mind. When I was growing up, I worked for my father. My father owned a construction company, and we'll get back to that in a second. But are you familiar with the whole idea of lateral thinking or thinking outside the box? Yeah? Okay, like for example, a guy works in a 20-story office building and he works on the 17th floor. But every day when he goes to work, he gets off on the 15th floor and takes the stairs 2 floors up and then gets off on the 17th floor. But then when he's done for the day, he gets on the elevator at the 17th floor because yes, the elevator does go up to the 17th floor, gets on and goes down. Why does he do this? He does not do it for exercise. Every day he gets punches the 15th floor, goes in, gets off, goes over to the stairs, walks up the 2 flights of stairs, goes to work, works all day, comes back, walks to the elevator, punches the button, goes down. Why does he do that? Yes? He's too short. Exactly. Do you want to come help me out? No. Okay, well... But anyways, so there's lateral thinking, right? There's a man, Walter. Walter went to the hospital. Walter was in the hospital for 3 days. And yet when Walter left the hospital, he had to be carried out. He's human, he's physically normal, and he is totally healthy. Why did Walter have to be carried out after being in the hospital for 3 days? Because Walter's a baby. We don't think about, again, lateral thinking. Okay, keep your lateral thinking going on. When I was growing up, I worked for my dad, and here we go. Let's do this. This is lateral thinking, okay? There are 3 light bulbs in the attic of a house. In the basement of the house are 3 switches. Each of the switches operates one of the bulbs. Your job is to determine exactly which switch operates which bulb. You don't know which switch operates which bulb. You can start out in the basement. Here are the rules. You start out in the basement. You do whatever you want with the switches. And then you can make one trip to the attic to check out what's going on with the bulbs. From that one trip, you have to be able to determine exactly which switch operates which bulb. How do you do that? How do you figure that out?
All the switches that operate all the bulbs.
That's interesting, but no, that is not how it works. You start out in the basement. Yes, how do you think you figure that out? Well, they actually do. Yeah, each one of the switches operates one of the bulbs. You just don't know which switch operates which bulb. You have to figure out which switch operates which bulb. Yes, Wyatt?
You flip one at a time, run back, flip on the next one, run
Okay, but you can only make one trip. Yeah, and there's nobody helping you. There's no secret hidden cameras, anything like that. Anybody have any ideas? Let's flip on one switch. What happens to the bulb when you flip on a switch? It lights up. What happens if you touch the bulb? It's hot. We're almost there. Anybody? Yes? You would get burned. That's right. You flip on one switch, leave it on for a few minutes, let the bulb warm up. You flip that switch off, you flip the second switch on, you go upstairs. The one that's on is the one that you flipped on. The warm one is the first one, and the cool bulb is the one you never touched. So that way you can figure out exactly which switch operates which bulb. Of course, the easy way is to simply color code the bulbs. The blue bulb is operated by the blue switch, the yellow bulb is operated by the yellow switch, and the red bulb is operated by the red switch. And I have an illustration for this. When I was younger, I worked in construction for my dad, and me and my best friend Philip, we worked together, and one time we were putting some bulbs and some switches up in the attic in the basement, and well, we'll get to that. But I need someone to help me out. Lakin, why don't you come on up and help? Y'all give Lakin a big hand as she walks up and joins me on stage. Okay, Lakin. You're going to be our holder. Okay, put one hand here, and we will see what we can do here. Now remember, me and my friend Philip, we worked together and we like to play pranks on one another, and we would put all this in, and for some reason, this guy wanted all these bulbs in the attic and these switches in the basement, and we color-coded them. The yellow bulb is always operated by the yellow switch. The blue bulb is always operated by the blue switch. The red bulb is operated by the red switch, and the green bulb is operated by the green switch. They're color-coded. It makes very much sense now, or does it? Because I was in charge of making sure everything was exactly as it should be. While I was downstairs putting my tools away, Philip went upstairs into the attic, and he took the green bulb and the blue bulb out, and he put the green bulb where the blue bulb was, and he put the blue bulb where the green bulb was, thinking that he was now going to get me in trouble. But what Philip forgot is that I'm a magician and that these bulbs are color-coded. And the blue bulb is always operated by the blue switch. The green bulb is operated by the green switch. The yellow bulb is operated by the yellow switch. And the red bulb is operated by the red switch. You see, they're color-coded. The blue bulb is always operated by the blue switch. The red bulb is always operated by the red switch. Yellow bulb, yellow switch. And green bulb, green switch. But of course, he was not going to be outdone. So while I'm carrying my tools out to the truck to put them away, he went up into the attic yet again, took all 4 bulbs out with the determination of really mixing them up this time. And Caitlin, had you been there, what would you have taken, the red, the yellow, the blue, or the green first?
The red.
The red. And where would you put the red bulb?
On the blue switch.
On the blue switch. Good choice. Here in the second row, orange shirt. Had you been there, would you pick the yellow, the blue, or the green next? Green. Green, exactly. And where would you put the green bulb?
Yellow.
In front of the yellow. Very nice. All the way over here, Mr. Wakefield. There's 2 left. Yellow or blue. Which would you pick next? Blue. And where would you put the blue? In front of the red. Perfect. Pete, what would you take next? Yellow. Good choice. And where would you put that yellow bulb?
I suppose on the very end there.
All right, that's a great choice. So my friend Philip thought he had me because he had mixed them all up, but he forgot that I'm a magician and that the yellow bulb is always operated by the yellow switch. The red bulb is always operated by the red switch. The green bulb is operated by the green switch, and the blue bulb is operated by the blue switch. You see, they're color-coded. They always operate. The green bulb is always operated by the green switch no matter what. And the blue bulb is actually always operated by the blue switch. The green bulb is operated by the green switch. The red bulb is operated by the red switch. They're color-coded. But now I still might get in trouble because it's not all neat and tidy, and you know how people are after you've been working on their house. So these the switches and the caps that we had spray painted to do the different colors, while Philip was taking his tools out to the car. I went up back down into the basement, and I put the switch covers in front of the appropriately colored switch, because we know what we know, right? That they're color-coded, and this is magic. And the yellow bulb is always operated by the yellow switch. The red bulb is operated by the red switch. The green bulb is operated by the green switch, and the blue bulb is operated by the blue switch. They're color-coded. So y'all give Lakin a big hand. Now, Lakin, what happens when you go to a birthday party?
There's lots of presents and cookies.
What's the last thing you do at a birthday party? You blow out the... But those candles are sometimes tricky. And they light back again. Yeah, I know. They're tricky. They just keep... And they... I'm just turning it on and off. Yeah. Y'all give Lakin a big hand. So we're going to try something here just a little bit. I brought a friend with me, and his name is Blinky. And Blinky is a 5.5-foot Burmese python. Anybody have any unusual pets? You go in there, Blinky a bit. Wait. Oh. Has anybody seen a 5.5-foot Burmese python? No, I'm kidding. He's in there. And Blinky is actually trained. I found him in a field one day, and I trained him to help with a card trick. So I need somebody to help me. Why don't you come on up here and help me? Okay, now here's what you're going to do. Tell me your name again. Hudson, again? That was not the second time.
Hudson.
Exactly. Okay, Hudson, here's what we're going to do. Hudson, you're going to take these cards, okay?
Yep.
And you're going to have somebody pick a card. Now, it needs to be somebody that you do not know. Okay, so you're going to go, and it can be on the second row. It can be on the very back row. It can be over here. It can be over here. Anyway, and what you're going to do is you're going to take them, and you're going to say, please pick a card.
Yeah.
Okay? And then I'll instruct you from there. Okay? And I don't want anybody to think that, just head on out into the audience and find somebody that you don't know on the second, third, fourth, wherever you want. So tell me, and then shout when you're there. I'm going to look away so that I don't see what's happening. You're there? Okay, have you met, do you have a new friend? Yes, now have them pick a card. Does the person have the card? Yes, okay. Who has the card? Tell me your name. Paul. Paul has the card. Paul, I want you to hold the card in your hands. If you're looking at the card, in the upper left-hand corner, there's like a value and a suit, like a club or a heart or a spade and a ace 2, 5, 7, 9. Yes? Okay, that upper left-hand corner, I want you to tear that off, that little corner up there that has that value and that suit. You're going to tear that corner off, but actually, you're only going to tear it off in your mind. You're going to pretend and imagine. No, I'm kidding. Go ahead and tear it off. Keep that little piece of the card that you've torn off. Take the rest of the card, put it back in the deck that Hudson has, and then Hudson, come back and join me on stage here again. Have we done all that? Are we coming back? Can I turn around? Perfect. Okay. So Hudson, we've got this deck of cards that that he has done and put. Did he put the card back in here?
Yeah.
Are you sure the card's in here?
Yeah.
We're gonna shuffle these somehow. Do you know how to do this trick?
Zero clue.
Zero clue?
No.
You don't know? Here. Let's stand here so we can. Okay, perfect. We're gonna shuffle these. Okay. Now, Hudson.
Yeah.
Blinky.
Yep.
The python.
Yep.
Is gonna do the trick for us. Here, you're gonna stand here. You're gonna stand right here.
Am I gonna play the?
You're gonna stand here and you're gonna play through. Blinky is a trained snake. Here, let's face the audience. Your good side. There we go. And what I want you to do is I want you to play some beautiful music. And as you play, Blinky is gonna come up very slowly out of the basket. He's gonna look through the cards. He's gonna pick up Paul's card and show everybody Paul's card in his mouth. And you're going to bow to thunderous applause. It starts with you playing beautiful music.
I have a suggestion. It's gonna be so beautiful.
Okay. Beautiful music begins with more than one note.
Oh, I don't know how to play the flute.
You just move your fingers. Okay, yeah. Beautiful music. Let me give you an example, okay? Here, you just stand right here. Yeah. This is beautiful music. Okay, ready? Ready? No, I'm kidding. Okay. Yeah, but it's occasionally, because it's kind of late in the show, Blinky will nod off. So just take you might want to take the flute and just give it a little tap. Just make sure he's awake, okay? Oh. Oh! But wait, Paul, what card did you pick? The Jack of Diamonds. Take that back and see if that matches the card that he has. Does that match? Perfect match. Y'all give him a big hand. Well, we're going to try something. Thank you. You can keep that. That's your souvenir as you head back to your seat. Thank you. So we're going to go. We're going to try something. We're going to go on a magical mystery tour together. We're going to go on an all-inclusive trip, right? And so we have to. But but the first thing that we need to know is what flight number are we leaving on? And here's how we're going to figure that out. I want everyone to think of a two-digit number. Both digits are odd, like 15, 1 and 5, between 1 and 50. So think of a two-digit number. Both digits are odd, between 1 and 50. And if you're thinking of the number 37, raise your hand. Anybody thinking of the number 37? Ah, very nice. There's a few. A few people thinking 37. Yeah. Do you want to? Wait, no, you can stay right where you are. This is Caitlin. Everybody say hi, psychic Caitlin. You didn't even know you had these powers, did you? Well, Caitlin, we are going to tap into your psychic prowess, and you're going to help us determine where we go on Flight 37, okay? So I've got these. My grandparents traveled around the world when I was younger, and I've got all these postcards of different places that we could go. We could go to Canada. Who wants to go to Canada? I don't know why. Or beautiful Los Angeles, sunny Southern California. I live there. There's also Orlando. I hear it's humid this time of year. Australia, that would be an interesting place to go. Beautiful, exotic Boston. You can go for a run when you're there. New York City. Who wants to go to New York City? Get a rope. Okay. There's also Boring, Oregon. We could go to Boring, Oregon, if that could be where we chose to go. We could go to Disappointment Island in New Zealand. That's an actual place. It's a real place. There's also Hell, which is actually a city in Michigan. There's a whole other story for that, but we'll do that. There's Hawaii. We could go to Hawaii. There's all sorts of places. Paris, India, Egypt, all sorts of places that we can go. But you're going to select where we're going to go on this all-inclusive trip. We're going to take about half of the cards over here, about half of the cards over here, okay? And we're going to have high or low. You're going to eliminate half of the cards, either high or low. Which ones do you want to get rid of? High. Okay, we're getting rid of the high, which leaves us with places like Stockholm, Thailand, Puerto Rico. Again, we're going to do the same thing again. High or low. You're going to get rid of either high or low. High. Again, we're getting rid of the high, leaving us with just a few left here. Tel Aviv, Nassau. Okay, anyway. So what I want you to do is hold up your most psychic finger. Thank you. And you're going to touch the back of one of these cards. That one right there. That's the one. And you're going to take that card, okay? Now, we could have gone to Vienna or Ireland or Tel Aviv, Nassau, Germany, Spain. But we're going to go to Italy. Hey, this trip's getting better and better. We're going to Italy. But when we go to Italy, we're leaving on Flight 37. What gate does Flight 37 leave from? B. Gate B. Just B. It must be a small airport. I guess we're flying out of the Joplin airport, right? Gate B. And point to somebody else here in the audience. Point to someone specific. I don't know who we're pointing to. Megan, she's pointing to you. What time? We're leaving from Gate B, but what time are we leaving? 7:13 a.m. Well, we have this envelope of mystery. 7:13 a.m. We're going to see what happens in our envelope of mystery. But before we start, Psychic Caitlin, you're really going to take your thoughts. I'm going to write one word, and this is an English word. Okay, so you don't have to worry about that. And what I want you to do is it's a word that you use every day. Okay? And can you tell me, do you know what word I have just written on this envelope? Wait. Very clearly, in a very loud, clear voice, okay? I want you to answer the question. Because remember, I've written one word on this envelope, one English word. Yes or no, do you know what word I wrote on the envelope? You're correct! Give Psychic Caitlin a big hand. Psychic Caitlin a big hand. That's very exciting. But really, it goes to the next. Here. We're going to try this. We're going to try something else. Here, I want you to sit on this envelope. Here, just sit this. Sit on the envelope. And Psychic Caitlin, is there anyone else here let's go to the other Caitlin. There's another Caitlin here. I've got some dice here, okay? And what we're going to do, other Psychic Caitlin, is we're gonna take here. Come here. Can you reach that? You can check that out. If we roll that dice, we have six different possible things that we can do. If we add two more to it, we have 216 possible solutions. 216 possibilities, right? That we could choose from. Okay. But what I'm going to have you do is I'm going to have you hold on to that for now, for just a second, because we have to figure out how much it's going to cost us to go on this all-inclusive trip, right? Okay, so shake the dice, shake up the dice. Make sure I can't see them, right? Yeah, shake up the dice. Okay, now stop. We'll just take the lid off. And there'll be three numbers, right? What's the biggest number? 5. Okay, what's the middle number of the 3? 4. And is there a smallest number? And it is 5, 4, 1. Just keep that number in mind. And you've been sitting on this, yeah. So let's have this. Let's have this here, and see what we've got. What we've got going on here. Because we've got something in here that, and we're going to see what happened. Our tour begins on Flight 37, Caitlin. Wow. We're going to Italy. Wow. And it looks like we're leaving from Gate B at 7:13 a.m. And what was that number again, Caitlin? $541. The total cost is $541. So y'all give Psychic Caitlin and Psychic Caitlin a big hand for taking us. And so if you have $541, talk to Caitlin. She's arranging all of the details of this trip for us. But We've asked you, you all came here tonight hopefully to have fun, and hopefully you had a good time, and you certainly saw signs, and maybe you saw some wonders as well. But the biggest wonder of all is not what's happening on the stage or any of these other things. The biggest wonder of all is what Jesus has done and the change that he can bring in your life. The truth is, life is a game that you can't win. All life is a game that you can't win if you're not playing according to a certain set of rules. And we all come in wanting to play according to our own rules. And those rules are making me the center of everything, and really it's not. And when we make us the center of everything, we're making the decisions according to what feels best, what I think is best, what I want to do. And that leads to sin. And the Bible tells us that all have sinned and fall short of the glory of God, and the wages of sin is death. So the problem is that is a game that we can't win, because we will end up in eternal punishment. And there is a solution to that, though. And the solution is not some kind of clever illusion or anything like that going on. The solution is to place your faith in Jesus. Jesus is the Son of God, and He's God who became a man and lived the perfect life that we should have, never doing anything wrong. And because of that, they put Him on the cross, and they executed it for Him. And He died and was buried, but 3 days later He rose again. And when we place our trust and our faith in Him, then we can win, and His victory becomes our victory. And so that's really our message. As much as we hope you've had fun tonight, the message really is, have you placed your faith in Jesus? Because outside of that, it's going to be a game that you cannot win. And so that would be my hope, is that you've done that. And if you haven't done that, come talk to me or any of our members. We would love to tell you more about that, because that's why we do this. It is fun for me. I enjoy it. I hope you've enjoyed it too. But more than anything, we want you to know that Christ died and rose again so that you can have life, and that His victory can become your victory. So keep that in mind. But one more thing before we go. Y'all, one more thing before we go? Yeah, when I was really, really young, my dad did a trick for me. And I was like, okay, Dad, cool. And he showed me the vanishing soda trick. He had already made it vanish. I know. I was like, Dad, that's not very nice. That's not a nice thing at all. Come on, Dad. And so he said, but wait, it's the vanishing soda trick. And so he took the bottle thing, tapped on it, and turned it upside down and said, it's gone. And I'm like, okay. And then he said, look, it's back. And I said, Dad, come on, you were just holding it. And he goes, oh, no, it's really gone. It's not in there at all. And so he tapped on it. And he said, but it's actually better than that. Because it's not that it's gone. It's that it's actually refilled. And anybody like Jones Soda? Yeah? Anybody? Here you go, Eli. That's for you. Y'all give Eli a big hand. Thank you so much for coming. We're glad you came. I'm so glad you were here. I hope you had a good time. You're also invited. Hey, this is a church, and I'm the pastor. So you're here, and I have sort of a captive audience, at least until you start getting up and leaving. But while you're captive, let me invite you to come back. We're here every Sunday morning at 10 o'clock in this very room, and you can have the same seat you're in now. We would love for you to come back and join us and worship with us and find out more about what we do. You can there's some cards on that back table. You can grab those on your way out. It'll have the QR code that sends you to our website. It tells you all about us. Send an email. That comes to me. I will reply. I may send you 58 emails. Who knows? But we will not stalk you. So anyway, thank you for coming. Have a great night.